Welcome to Enots Engineering, I'm Alan. Today, as you can see, we're in the kitchen and I thought I'd show you how to cook one of my winter favourite foods, which is onion bhajis, but with a little twist. They have sprouts in them. This recipe started many years ago when children in the family wouldn't eat sprouts. For some reason they just didn't want to touch them. So what I did was made onion bhajis, but instead of onions I put the sprouts in. They ate them, never even noticed they were eating sprouts. So if your children don't like sprouts, why not try this? So the first thing we do is set the oven to 200 degrees, and I think it's Mark 6 if it's gas. This is a fan oven, so it won't need so much time to cook. So for this recipe what you need: half a teaspoon of turmeric, some ginger, coriander, cumin, flour, salt, the sprouts, onion, some oil and some water. I'm using some fresh ginger, so all I'm going to do is cut a small amount off. That should be enough ginger. What I'll do is chop that finely. Move that to one side. That's just a handful of sprouts. This is just slice them like that. That's the sprouts all chopped. We only need half the onion. So next we need a frying pan. So in the pan, a little bit of oil. Let it warm up. Put the onions in. We should fry the onions for about 6 minutes, low. I'm also going to add the ginger. And of course the sprouts. While the sprouts and the onions are frying, I've put a quarter of a teaspoon of chilli, half a teaspoon of turmeric because it was fresh ginger. The ginger is already in the pan, half a teaspoon of coriander and a quarter of a teaspoon of cumin. They're all ready now to go into the frying pan. Get the sprouts and the onions to just brown slightly. And now I'll add the spices. Mix these in, and because this has gone a little dry, instead of adding more oil I'll just add some water so the spices can cook and mix in the water. Vegetables moist, not dried out. And into this bowl I want to add some salt, coriander, half a teaspoon, cumin, half a teaspoon, 5 tablespoons of flour. I'm just putting the 5 tablespoons into a sieve. Let's give these herbs and spices a mix in. Add 1 tablespoon of tomato puree. I'll mix that in and add some water. What we're trying to get is like a smooth paste. Is add the sprouts and the onions, which have been in the frying pan. You see now they're like softened up. Don't need the water that's still in the pan. And mix these into the mixture. This is the consistency you need, not too thin. If it's too runny, just add some more flour. So you can take these out, put them in little balls on the baking tray. I'll tray. We put these in the oven at 200 degrees, Mark 6, for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, take them out, turn them over, and just brush a little oil on them. This is vegetable oil. And put them back in the oven for a further 20 minutes. They're still hot, you can't recognise the sprouts as such, and they taste sweet and the children like them, ready for Christmas. Here we are, Sprout Bhaji's. All that remains to say is, thanks for supporting me on the videos. Have a happy Christmas, and we'll see you next year on Enots Engineering.